Hi everyone, it's Nicole from Nicole Jones 911, and if you're here for the blog hop for Cheeky Studio and it's your first time, I just want to welcome you. And today we're doing a blog hop for Cheeky Studios, so make sure to check the description box below to see everyone that's participating from the design team in the blog hop. Now, this is our design team package that we received for January, and we received a Valentine's Day package, and also we received a couple of packages that die cut packages that is Wildflower 3 and 4 is the one that I got. And if it's the first time you've heard of Cheeky Studios, check them. I'll have the description. They'll be down in the description box below. And it's an ephemera or a die cut company. It's a brand new company, and it's run by Tuesday Hubbard, and she is making her own die cuts. And also there is flares, and she's starting to have a mixed media package. Go check them out. Everything is super cute. And today I'm going to be working with 2 packages of die cut from her shop, and it is called Wildflower 3 and 4. And let's get started on this page. Now, a few pages that I like to do at the end of the year, every year, and at the beginning of the next year is one, I like to sort of do a wrap up. I do a lot of reading, and I like to do a page where I have a list of all the books that I read in that year. So that's what I'm going to be working on today. Now, that was a lot of writing because I actually write them all. I read 90 books this year, and I wrote them all on this list. And also I put the number of pages that were in each book. And I used some 4x6 Project Life cards from Becky Higgins. And then I used some tiny sticker letters in gray, because my background is also in gray, so I want to do that in gray. And then I used some washi tape just to kind of outline everything. Now, I did that off camera because it did take me quite a bit of time to do. And one of my resolutions or goals, I like to call them goals, not resolutions, but one of my goals this year is to make sure that I journal on every single page as I make them. So that's why I did my journaling prior to making the page, because then I knew that it was going to be done before the page was done. The papers I'm using is some papers from my paper pad, one of my paper pads. I believe it is a Dear Lizzie line. And if you've been with my channel for a while, in the last month or so, I started putting more page kits together. And I did a lot of, I'm only at the part where I'm putting the pattern papers together, and I haven't put any of the embellishments. I think I put 25 pattern papers together. And so this is some of the pattern papers that I put together. I had not gotten to the part where I was putting embellishments. And if you're new to my channel, one thing that I love to do is go through my pattern papers, make some page kits, and then I choose a whole bunch of embellishments and I make some page kits. And then as I have time to do my layouts, then I just grab a page kit and I make some layouts. Well, these, I didn't get quite to that part. I had done 25 pattern papers, and it kind of worked out good because now I think I've probably have done 3 or 4 pages that at least I have the pattern papers. So I'm just grabbing some pattern papers and I'm just choosing the embellishments that I want to do, that I want to use with that page. So for this case, I decided to use some Cheeky Studios embellishments. Now, one thing that I did was I mounted my photo on a dark gray cardstock, and then I used the paper that she wrapped our little embellishments in. It's like tissue paper, and it's black and white, and it totally matches my background. So I just decided to use that to mat my photo. And then I used some enamel letters and I wrote my big title. And my big title is What I Read. Now at this point, I was just working on my background and my my layers of pattern papers, which, by the way, I used they're called pockets, and this one is like 6x8 or 6x9 pocket, and they are from Simple Stories, and I've had that for years and years and years. So I don't know if they exist anymore, but basically they're just called pockets, and I thought this was perfect so that I could put my list of books inside. And I didn't like, because it was sort of like a ledger, and I didn't like how it looked with my background. So what I did was I cut down one of the pattern papers that was sort of a lilac, and I lined the pocket with that, and then I also put one in behind the pocket, and then I also mounted my photo directly on that pocket. So all I have left is a little bit on the right side, which I'm going to use, one, for a little bit of journaling, and two, I also am going to put a little quote that I want to put on that. And also I'm going to put the number of pages that I read in that 1 year, and that's the books that I read in 2017. Now, like I said, the die cuts that I wanted to use was the Wildflowers set 3 and 4, and I absolutely love them. So I'm going to use, there was these sort of sprout of leaves that I'm going to use as sort of my embellishment starter. If you've been watching me for a while, you know that I like to start my embellishment cluster with an embellishment starter, and in this case I used the leaves. And then I used in two of the embellishment clusters, I used three flowers, and the purple that was in the flower kit was a little different than the purple that I used for the background. So I made sure that the one that I used, the purple flower, I set it apart. It wasn't close to that pattern paper. So it's harder to say that it doesn't quite match up. But where it is a little further away, I find that it matches enough. And what I really love about these die cut packs is, one, is the number of embellishments that you get in one package, and two, is that they're not super big that you don't know what to do with them, and three, is that they vary in sizes. So you'll have the same flower but in different sizes, so that you can, as you can tell in the different embellishments, I use the different sizes, so then it creates a really nice visual effect between the three clusters. So this year I read 33,980 pages. So I want to be able to see that right as I turn to that page. Now on the cards, another thing that I did was I counted the number of pages divided by the number of pages of the book. So from 0 to 99, from 100 to 199, 200 to 299. And the most pages, or the most books that I read, were in between 300 and 399. I think it was like 47. Now, another thing that it made me look at, it was the pages that were 500 plus. I only read 6 of them. So one of my goals for the next year is going to be to read more bigger books. Now, in the year 2017, I started 15 new series, caught up or finished 20 series, which is amazing. I accomplished my Goodreads goal of 80 books. I read books that were on my TBR. I read over 20 books that were on my Kindle. I found some of my new favorite authors, such as Colleen Hoover, Sarah J. Maas, Casey West, Lee Bardugo, and so many more. And I learned that I love to binge read series, just like I do TV shows. Now, I'm a big fan now of fantasy, sci-fi, and thrillers. All in all, an amazing reading year. Now, this is going to complete this layout. Here are some close-ups. And again, don't forget to check in the description box below for the links to everybody else that's doing the blog hop. And also, don't forget to check Cheeky Studio. And it's cheeky.studio. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit subscribe. And if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up and maybe leave me a comment down below. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.